maior capital de moda que há no mundo, então acho que há toda a relação, porque tudo começa aqui. Lazy? Estou muito má, não, neste aspecto não. Estou, lazy.
It's laundry day today, so you know, it's jeans and tops and leather jacket, very casual. Nothing clean to wear, and you just grab the tank top and the leather jacket and one of these jeans, and that's it.
Eu sou Ronaldo. Figo. Ronaldinho, desculpa.
A tendência é ficar cada vez mais igual. Então, se você não acha um diferencial, seja ele qual for, você acaba esquecendo de quem você é, né? Você fica meio sem identidade. Então, eu acho que a moda agora é achar a sua própria identidade com várias influências em todos os sentidos e seguir em frente. O envolvimento pessoal está na moda, assim, de você se envolver com o produto que você está fazendo, com o que você escreve, até essa do it yourself, né, que falam pra gente fazer, também se envolve ali, não é só no cenário musical, eu acho que no meio, e tudo hoje em dia, né, quanto mais você se envolve, mais seu é, mais te pertence, e mais vai ter aquela história para contar por trás do produto.
I really respect people who don't care about fashion and who couldn't care less and wake up and put on, you know, whatever's next to them, and I really appreciate that, but at the same time, I really feel like it's a way that I can express myself, and I like to make artwork that I feel like I can put on my body, because I feel like a human body is like the most functional canvas, and I go everywhere and everybody sees it, and it's just, it's such
a... know you without talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think somebody would think that I was working in an office building today, or...
It could be today, we never know.
Yeah, maybe. I like to experiment in the kitchen, so sometimes it turns out like my dyes, and it doesn't taste as good as it looks. And then I'm like, this meal sucks, and I like throw it on a t-shirt. I love going to the woods and finding barks and berries and different mosses and things, and if you can see that color, you know, it's in there. It's just up to you to figure out how to get it out and to translate that into fashion. This is just normal curry. Add some water. Usually I'd add salt to anything, but curry's pretty salty. It's another thing, just like the heat, that's gonna make the fabric take the dye in an easier way. It just helps the process along.
How did you find out all this? You're just like trying and...
Yeah, like listening to other people, you know, reading articles about it. And I also worked in a kitchen, like doing prep work as like one of my dirty jobs in college. And I, you know, would go at the end of the day and look at my stuff, and I'd always have colors like all over me.
That's
and it just totally made sense that I could bring all those colors like into my life, and I always was kind of trying to do art and making my own paints, and had been making t-shirts for bands and hand silk screening stuff, and it just kind of came out of that.
It's all like eatable, like you could eat
Yeah,
all
you can
of
totally
this.
eat it all. It doesn't always taste the best when I'm done with it, because you add so much salt, and then to finish the garment you're gonna fix it in vinegar. So basically everything that would have been delicious ends up tasting like vinegar.
So that means that she actually tried.
I ate some of the hot chocolate dye that I made. It was really good. Like, for example, this dye has both like raw beets and blackberries in it to get this color. And you can kind of see.
Dá vontade de comer a blackberry aqui, ó.
Help yourself. Or watch. I have like a little cookbook where I write down everything. So we'll see what this yellow is turning into. And we'll see what this pink from the beets and blackberries is gonna do. Well, after I dye stuff, I fix it in vinegar. So after it's fixed in vinegar, you can just wash it and dry it like you would anything else.
And let's say if I want to try at home, like, Could I get anything with color and try it and be able to do it?
Anything. Smell good?
It smells good. Ai, que dó. Vai dar aquele aperto assim no coração.
I like to use like gravity a lot. So a lot of times I'll go up on top of the building and I'll totally just like throw stuff like off the building and it lands on
See what happens.
the shirt. Yeah, and it's just a fun experiment. I don't think you can really go wrong with bursts of color, and I think the more you put between you and that and leave up to chance. Had the shirt hanging back there and it just kept flapping at me, so I felt like it was kind of calling me to do something to it. I went inside and already had some gray and black dye on the stove and kind of took the leftover and stood about the same distance I am from the camera and just kind of let it all go, and this is what came of it. And I just felt like the movement and the energy that comes into the piece, like when nature or when there's something like happening, just it feels so much better. And I don't like tie-dye, like tie-dye. I don't like it like knowing how it's going to turn out. I don't own anything white or clean anymore.
Olha o que ela tá fazendo com a fruta. Tá esfregando.
I like doing the natural raw fruit on there sometimes too, just for a little more texture. Here, you want to do it? Do it.
I'll do it with you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
do it with me.
Do it. Olha, lame a mão, né? Lame os dedos.
Bohemian, but it might be like Bohemian on a budget.
Sydney?
Very Sydney.
Contemporary Sydney.
Sydney's taken to the kind of Gypsy Madonna thing. We like it. We wear a lot of like scarves, and even though it's hot, it's kind of impractical but fun. Yeah.
Eles são estranhos, tipo secos e molhados. E segundo os próprios, fazem um som meio pop ET. Agora vai saber o que é isso, né? Eles são os Suckers. How did you get this name?
We called ourselves Feelings first for our first show. And
decided it sucked. Just were the words originally.
Every day, except the time. I don't know, I guess we thought it was funny. We started off as a three-piece, and then Brian came on later. We sort of took our time forming as a band. Yeah. Not really rushing to be like a professional band right away. We just wanted to do our own thing for a while.
And do you feel more professional now?
Yes.
In which way?
A lot more. Well, you guys are here.
How would you describe the sound you make?
Orchestral, experimental, pop influenced music. I think a lot of the Brooklyn bands that are coming out now are like trying to do their own thing, and even though they're lumped together as a scene, no one really sounds like each other. So.
And do you consider yourselves part of it?
Sure. We have like a group of friends. It was never meant to be a scene, but you know, you meet a lot of like-minded musicians, and I guess that's what happened.
Ropa cómoda en general.
el turista, clásico turista.
Let's do it. I grew up playing video games as a kid and stuff, but you know, when I was a teenager and today, you know, I became much more interested in music, playing music. I kind of just took that thing from my childhood and tried to put it in this totally different world, you know, of rock music. Two totally different things that make no sense together, but when we do it, people have fun.
Essa turminha aqui faz uma mistura de música com videogame. Eles são os Anamanaguchi, se é que eu consegui falar. How do you say the name of the band?
It's Anamanaguchi.
Do you have any tips for us to get used to it?
Yeah, you know, I guess like our three favorite companies, Armana, Prada, Gucci, you know, it's the same thing.
I'm gonna pretend I believe it. You guys don't seem to like the fashion too much, though. About
what are you trying to say?
This is Gucci original.
This is Gucci's.
It's original, like the real Gucci made it, right?
Yeah, it was made by the real Jonathan Gucci.
Oh my God.
The musical influence comes a lot more from music rather than games.
Yeah. The sounds themselves, they're very, you know, raw and, you know, it's kind of like the electronic equivalent of like a distorted punk guitar. You know, it's like this really raw feel to it. That's like, when you first hear it, it's really harsh.
And how big is the sheet music scene right now, if there is one?
The first thing to know is that sheet music isn't a genre. It's you can play any kind of music. It's just the format you use.
It's like an instrument, basically.
Yeah. So we're all using similar instruments, but the music we write is completely different. Some of us like techno, some of us like folk music.
Do you think people really understand your music, or they get confused sometimes?
People on the outside, when they see us, they're like, you know, very, very confused. And but the people who stick around, I think, definitely get into it.
Can you tell me the truth about the name? It's not...
Oh, yeah. No, and actually, it's basically just kind of like a total nonsense word, you know. I liked it because it sounded kind of Japanese, you know. And,
oh, totally.
Yeah.
Anamanaguchi.
Exactly.
You have to go like that. You have to bend the knees to do it.
Yeah, and the music itself, you know, it's very... It sounds kind of Japanese, too, so I figured it was a nice fit. But it means nothing.
We better, you know, do it this way. We better do it up in Armani, right? Okay. So you're just gonna talk to me? I have like multiple personalities with style. I mean, sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I'm amazed that I'm like the same person from day to day because I look completely different on a different day. So it happens to be my fancy lunch Friday with friends, so thought I'd get dressed up.
I'm always dressed as though I'm going to meet someone important. And I always do. If you dress for success, you meet success. The hat, lady, the hat is from World War II.
traveling a lot, doing a lot of different things, so it's really important and comfortable. Right now I'm working, actually.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nova York é a primeira imagem que vem de um metrô pichado, assim, né? O grafite, sem dúvida, veio daí, das gangues, né? Da época que Nova York era aquele lugar extremamente perigoso de se andar. Assim. A Índia é um pouco do grafite que a gente conhece, que está acostumado a ver. Ela escreve o nome, é mais normal para os nossos olhos.
Graffiti's always like been in my life. Everywhere I turn, there's always graffiti. I'm Indy, 184. I'm a female graffiti writer from New York, but I mostly represent the Bronx right now. I used to use my real name and just throw tags around my neighborhood and put it on stickers. And then I started experimenting with names. And I had my real name. I had May 184, so corny. I wrote Veras. I don't know. It was like 4 or 5. It was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. Anyone that doesn't know about graffiti, they can read my name and it'll be the most memorable one. My writing style of preference would be simple style, New York simple style, like the most readable letters that you would see. You know, of course, we're like a kick and a twist to make it like not so boring. So to me, that's the style that I prefer, but there's also like wild style and burners and 3D style, but I think I love to just stick to simple style, because when you have a wall with a bunch of pieces, there's going to be one that stands out, and there's a simple style. You know, I always put my hearts in my eyes sometimes, and the girly designs and colors, like a lot of colorful, you know, vibrant colors. I'm not trying to be like, you know, a serious graffiti writer with crazy, you know, dark colors, and I respect everyone that does that, you know, nothing wrong with that, but I'd rather just use like feminine, happy colors. It is all about getting up and getting your name, your tag up. You know, some people write different names for legal purposes. That's why, you know, you have bombers that do this, or they do the same name. Either when they bomb, they do the same name when they do a piece, or people change it up. They get bored with the style, so they have a few names. But right now, I just focus on my name. You have graffiti bombers, which are like the more vandals. You know, they just go out and destroy and bomb their names and tags everywhere. And then you have the graffiti artists, who's more of, you know, they take their time to do their pieces. They do full-blown productions. The love of graffiti inspires me, you know. I love, you know, doing graffiti. That's what really inspires me. Like, I look at the old books, the old videos, like, you know, Subway art, spray can art, wild styles, you know, and things like that. And Style Wars, of course. You know, it just gets you, it makes you, like, proud of what you do.
Your character
say the way that you dress says a lot about you. Like, I don't wear flip-flops. You won't catch me dead on the street. Like, I could be dead and, like, you won't catch me wearing any sort of flip-flops. But, I mean, it's like a personal taste. I also, like, only wear heels. I'm wearing sneakers because I'm going to the gym right now, but I always have shoes on and heels. People treat you differently when you have a certain kind of footwear, I have to say. Like, if you're not sharp looking, at least people are always going to treat you a little bit, you know, like, this girl's crazy. But if you, like, are chic most of the time, people treat you with respect and you can walk around with some sort of dignity, I have to say. Like, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm like, you know, I like to be sharp most of the time. That's pretty much it.